I might be trying to see if I can get a new overlay or something, depending on how horrible this pattern looks. But for the time being, I forgot I had my coffee.
Power on. Harry. Connected.
It's 11:20 in the morning on this glorious Wednesday. And it doesn't look like it's busy, like at all. So, we turn it on until 4 o'clock. Let's see what happens between now and 4. Oh yeah, I forgot I gotta call my buddy David back. Hey.
Hey.
Would you mind getting on Twitch and or YouTube? Make sure that I'm still alive. If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Because I forgot I disconnected from the Wi-Fi, and all of a sudden I went from like 2 viewers on Twitch and 1 viewer on YouTube down to none. So I don't know if that destroyed something. I mean, if you could check on both, that'd be great. So I at least know that they're both on. But I'm sure if one is, both are. Okay. How does this? I've just been setting up this overlay on my phone. I don't even know what it looks like on the actual computer monitor or the screen. How does it look on your end? Does it look like crap, or does it look decent, or? Because I really don't even know how it looks, to be honest with you. And I'm using the Streamlabs Premium on my phone. I will say this much. I just realized my border is not showing up on my phone like it used to. I wonder what happened to that.
I sent you a picture.
Alright. Let's see here. David!
It's just basically a screenshot.
Well, that looks like crap, doesn't it? That actually is very helpful. No wonder people don't want to come in and say it looks like crap.
Yeah, it's not ideal, that's for sure.
Alright. I will definitely be playing around with that later tonight, that's for sure.
This is why I like just having, this is one of the reasons why I like just having, just like whenever I do the live streams, I just like having a picture so I don't have to worry about the stuff jumping or doing exactly this.
Yeah. Well, so like on my phone, here, I'll take a picture of it, and you'll see why I have it set up this way on my phone is because I could see everything that's going on. And it doesn't look like that on my phone at all. It, so, and like I said, I haven't been home to actually focus on this, so I can actually set it up, make it look all nice and pretty and glorified. So So on my phone, it looks completely different. But I have it set up to where I can see who's the latest one to follow me. I can see how many people are watching. I can see the chat. I have it set up to where I can actually quickly look over and go, okay, cool. I got 2 people on Twitch. I got 1 person on YouTube right now. I can see that there's been a wild Vullaby that had appeared, which, by the way, is actually pretty cool. So if you want to, you can actually go on my Twitch stream and type in exclamation Pokestart, and you can catch Pokemon that show up wildly, like that one says right there. You can catch them. You can battle them. Yeah, you can train them. Like it's actually pretty cool. But I will definitely be working on an overlay tonight for my DoorDash streaming. That will be for sure thing. I kind of want to see if it would be better if I did it portrait or landscape. That's one thing I kind of want to know.
Yeah. But when you say punch just taking, you mean he quit or he punch just taking on?
Do what?
Oh, okay. Oh, nothing. We had a guy turn in his resignation, and I'm working with him, and said he punched his ticket. Like, so did he punch his ticket like for the job, or did he punch the ticket,
Whether they.
But yeah, no.
Ah. Gotcha. So. But.
I don't know if you're still on TikTok or whatever, but I went garage sale hopping, or not garage sale hopping, but I went pawn shop hopping this weekend.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever heard of that workout program, Insanity.
Yeah, I have.
It's had about 10 years. It was popular about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But I bought the full thing at a pawn shop in Lake Worth, the Cash America Park.
Oh yeah.
Got all the discs, the food, the cookbook, or whatever, with the meal plans and the workout schedule and all that.
Right.
I got it for free. I got it for $3.
3?
$3.
Good lord. That's nice. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, that would definitely be a little hard.
Disconnected.
Working on your brand, your logo, and I'll be working on a couple of different things for you tonight. And at the same time, I'm going to be working on adjusting my streaming setup, and I'll even do it to where which one looks better. Does it look better portrait or landscape? So, because with the way the phone is set up, it's on one of those little magnet things, so I could turn my phone to a portrait style if I had to, in order to make it look like it's better. So it'll definitely be something that I have to sit down and play with tonight for probably about an hour. But oh man. Next week, I paid my hotel bill up all the way till like Saturday, I think. Part of Saturday. I need paid partial on Saturday. But which is really great because I can actually save more money, because if I just pay them one-time fee of like $150, $160, that gets me for like 2 or 3 days, and I can make $200 to $300. Well, actually, I'll make about $100 to $150 a day. So if I can do that for 3 days instead of having to spend everything in one day and be broke every single day, we're going to try to just save our money. And once we hit that 150, 160 mark to pay for another 2 or 3 days at a time, then we'll be like, okay, cool. Now we can actually, we got a hotel bill, now let's go do this. And we're only going to do it that way until Kristen's job comes in and it starts when she gets her first full paycheck, and she will be paying for 2 weeks at a time. So we're trying to work out on we're finally, after 15 years, actually working on a budget together. So, yeah. Well, we want to hurry up and just work on a budget like right now. Like we want to do a budget so we know what we can do, what we can expect, what we have money for, how much money I need to make per day. We want to do that now. But the issue is that we can't really do anything until Kristen's full paycheck starts coming in, and we can play around with some different things for 2 or 3 or 4 paychecks. That way we know what I need to do, and we can start getting everything mellowed out a little bit. So it's just one of those things where we're trying to play around with everything, but at the same time, we also need to be patient with money coming in and just do the best we can. So, like, if it works out the way we're thinking it will, she's going to pay for the hotel bill, and she's going to pay for storage, and she's going to pay for car insurance. Not that big of a deal, right? But that leaves her completely broke with just those 3 bills. Like, I mean, she does not have a penny left over. Where I come in, I will pay the phone bill, which is actually the most expensive bill we have outside the hotel bill. And so I'll be paying the phone bill and the internet bill, and I will be buying the food for the house, as well as my paychecks will be saved for hopefully eventually put a down payment like an apartment complex, or maybe we can find a rent to own home or something like that. We're going to try to save up about $4,000 to $5,000 so we can move into a home or an apartment. So, and I'm thinking we're probably going to need just a little bit more than about $4,000 or $5,000, because we don't have any furniture at all, like none. The only thing we have is a couple of dressers, and we have a king-size mattress and box spring set. That's it. So we need to go get. The girls had already discussed they want our king-size bed to sleep on, to, I guess, share. And I'm like, okay, y'all made that choice. That saves me a lot of money right now. So I need to go buy me and Kristen a bed, and then a living room setup, and maybe a couple of TVs. So, but I'm sure the TVs I can get for about $150 to $200 at a pawn shop, which sounds about right, doesn't it? You go to pawn shops a lot.
Yeah.
So, if it's going to be about $200, give or take $50 to $100 for a TV from a pawn shop, why not spend that same amount of money and go get one brand new with a warranty from Best Buy or Walmart?
Right.
That's one thing I don't get.
Because then you're talking a $200 TV from a pawn shop versus a $2,000 TV from Best Buy, because with the best one from Best Buy, you're getting all brand new or newer technology. Brand new, but you're getting newer technology.
Right.
Or just buying a cheap $200 one at the pawn shop.
Well, see, what I was looking at last time I went to a pawn shop, and I was kind of sort of looking for a TV. I went to the pawn shop first, and they had, it was like a 32, it's a 40 or 45 inch TV for about $400. Roughly, it was about $400. I'm like, okay, it's a decent sized TV, not bad. I went to Best Buy, and I don't care about the brand, I just care about the size, especially for the living room. Went to Best Buy, they had a 40-inch TV for about $350, brand new. And I'm like, okay, so as far as I'm concerned, the size is the same, but this one is like another $100. It's more expensive for the TV at the pawn shop. Well, then I was like, well, maybe it's just that pawn shop, maybe it's that TV brand. Let me see what I can find out. So I went, and a couple weeks later, I was at a pawn shop. So, okay, here's a Samsung, Sony 45-inch TV at the pawn shop, and they had it for like $525. I talked to the guy and said, hey, if it's still here on, Saturday, would you take $480 for it? He said, if it's still here, we'll work something out. I said, okay, cool. So I put $480 in my mind.
Right.
Then I went to Best Buy. Samsung 40-inch TV was literally $400.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, so it's the same price. One of them I'm getting brand new. Then I went to Walmart. Now, Walmart didn't have any, at the time that I was shopping, they didn't have any Samsung TVs. But they did have Roku TVs. They had a 45-inch Roku TV for $250. So the same amount of money I was going to buy on one TV, I ended up buying two TVs. I'm like, it's a slightly bigger screen. It's a smart TV. As long as I can see the quality of the picture, like it doesn't have to be like OLED, 4K, 8D, HD, hydroxy cut crap. I just need to be able to see the picture decently well.
Right.
So, but and Roku TVs, I should figure this out. Do you know anything about the Roku TVs?
A little bit, not much.
So I found out that Roku TVs are a lot like that Streamlabs. You sign into an account, you create an account, you sign in, and you set up all of your programs and channels and everything else like that. You sign into another TV, and it pops all that stuff back up for you automatically. I'm like, dude, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, then I got to looking at it, and I'm like, okay. Then they have kids mode, and you can put a password, like a 6-digit PIN, in order to get out of kids mode. and it's still attached to your account. I'm like, this is wicked. So you can control what the kids watch on the Roku channel without actually having to control it. Oh, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And they easily tie with Amazon Alexa dots. So you can sit there and say, Alexa, turn off Shauna's TV, and it turns off her TV. So, yeah, it's actually, and you can even do with Roku. You could say, Alexa, play Harry Potter on Vudu, and if you have on Shauna's TV. So if you say that, it will turn on Shauna's TV, open up Vudu, and play Harry Potter. And I'm like, that is wicked. That is wicked. So, as much as I love Samsung because of the quality of their TVs, I'm thinking about going back with Roku because of the inter functions with Alexa Dot and other applications. So, but then again, I also thought about just going buying like just cheap TVs and hook up an HDMI cable and plug one of those Blu-ray DVD players. Then I looked at the DVD players. Dude, them things are like $100 for a Blu-ray player. Like, good gravy, that is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was looking for a cheap one for my bedroom, and they were like $60, $70. What I want to spend for a Blu-ray player. So what I ended up doing was when I bought an Xbox One from a pawn shop a few months ago.
Right.
For the cables, because I had the Xbox, I just needed the power cable and the entire cable really. I already had HDMI, so and I ended up installing a Blu-ray software on the Xbox. So now my Xbox plays Blu-rays.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, see, I know Xbox and PlayStation, at least PlayStation 4 and newer, I know they could play games and play Blu-rays. And I'm just like, why would I want to spend $100 on a Blu-ray player when I could spend either $50 to $60 and be able to also get to play games?
Right.
But, hey, speaking of game consoles, you still have that backup Xbox that you're thinking about selling?
The one that I guess I just mentioned from the pawn shop, yeah, I don't have any cables or anything. It's just Xbox. I'm trying to get $50 out of it.
50?
Yeah.
How much are the cables?
I mean, I've got a crap ton of HDMI cable, so I can give you an HDMI cable. But for the AC adapter, for the brick, for the entire brick and power cord for those, you can get them on Amazon for as cheap as $35. If you get like a off-brand, or if you get the Microsoft brand, probably about $50.
Okay. And you wouldn't have an extra controller or two for it without come like as an extra charge or anything?
No, the controller I got with it was not a good controller. It had rollback speed drift in it.
Oh, okay. It's because
it would get stuck in like the upper right corner.
oh, okay.
The swivel part on not the D-pad, but the swivel part. It gets stuck up on in the corner, and it would mess me up a lot. So yeah, I'm still kind
No, I'm not gonna worry about that. Because what I'm looking at is so many Call of Duty games and everything else on my PlayStation account. So at least I know if I spend all this money, I'll have games I can play. But I could also buy Xbox Ultimate and be able to just download a bunch of games for free and play those.
Yeah. So,
But-
I mean, I'm really, like I said, I only paid $85 for it, so I'm not really in a rush to sell it. So if something happens and you want it, just let me know.
Well, that
Otherwise, if I don't sell it, otherwise I may just go ahead and
keep it as backup.
buy the power cord myself and hook it up into the living room. So Caleb or James want to play Xbox, I have one.
Okay. Well, see, what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to try to be smart. Now, in my mind, this is smart, okay? What I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about saying, hey, go price out PlayStation 4 consoles at the pawn shop. Obviously, I'm not in a big hurry.
There's a PlayStation 4 right now. Actually, as of yesterday, there's a PlayStation 4, the original model that I've got, up there for $125.
Okay. Alright.
I don't know how long it'll be there, but
Right.
yesterday there.
Well, one thing I was also kind of thinking about was just buying that Xbox off of you, but I was going to try to figure out. Okay, so it's $50 roughly for what you were trying to sell, and so I was thinking, okay, well, if you can get like another controller and the brick shipped to your house, that way I don't have to worry about being shipped to the hotel and getting lost in the hotel mail. What I was thinking about doing was, I'll send you like $10 a day, every other day, or something like that. Just send you like $10, $15, and then that way I can pay for everything. You can have everything sent to your house. That way I can just make a trip out there to pick up the controller. Maybe I might get 2 controllers. I might even get the power brick and just send it to your house. I might pay for that from Amazon, have it sent to your house. Or I might just send you the money, be like, hey, can you at least hold this for me? And it's like kind of like a separate savings account. Just, hey, hold my money for me until it's all paid for.
Yeah.
And then that way, hey, Dave, I'm gonna be coming out there probably Saturday, and I'll bring you this laptop so we can switch up the laptop for a desktop and get that game console and all that stuff with it.
Right.
Because if I do it that way, I'm also going to want to get a game capture card, and then the desktop I get from you will basically be like what you have it set up for. I'll use it for my streaming, and I might use it for my book publishing as well. But that's what I'm thinking about doing, is getting all that set up. So just need to figure out how much a decent controller. I may end up getting 2 controllers and get a couple of games that the girls can play while I'm at work or something. So I may get a couple of different things set up for that, but yeah, it's just a couple of different things that I'm trying to play with. But then again, I might just go ahead and say screw it, and I send my wife, because we don't use my wife's DoorDash card anymore. So I may just cash app her to either have the stuff shipped to your house, like the controllers, the power brick, and the capture card. So that way we can actually plan it out and say, okay, well, this is how much it's going to cost. But and if I was to send you money to pay for the controllers and the capture cards, you'd be okay paying for it if I send you the money first, right?
That's fine.
Yeah, I got, like I said, games on there that I spent $100 on. Right? Playing video games, like that was like my passion. That's like what I did. So, when you get that passion about something, yeah, you'll spend the big money because you enjoy it. But now, secondary question would be the desktop that you have. Would it actually be able to handle Call of Duty and streaming?
The one that I have, that I use for
Or no, the one that you might can trade out for the.
Wait.
Okay.
See everything that I have in front of me. Like everything that I'm looking at in front of me right now is like i5.
Okay. Because I can always, like, if I can get it to where I can get a decent desktop where I can stream and play games on that, you know, and if you say it's like 8 gigs of RAM, let me know what the motherboard module is, and I might go and buy, 16 gig strips, and I might go buy, a couple of SSDs.
Right.
Because the desktop that you have, it'll have a regular hard drive SATA. It won't have an SSD with it.
SSD in it.
Oh, okay, bet. Just let me know what size the SSD that is, so I need to know if I need to buy an extra one for the video games.
I think I'd put in just like a 500.
Okay. Alright, so I'll...
Because like I said, I'm not putting anything on that computer other than gaming stuff, so I'm not really worried about
the desktop that you would trade for the laptop.
I don't know, I'll have to see what I can find.
Okay.
I'm trying to find something. Give me a little bit of time. I'm trying to find something.
Oh, no. You got plenty of time. Because if everything works out the way it does, I'll stream DoorDash during the day on the phone, and then I want to be able to play games at night and unwind. So I definitely want to get back to my game time, but I've got to either get a console and a capture card, or if you have something that'll actually work out decently for a desktop and I don't have to worry about game console, capture card, and everything else, then I might just work straight off of that. So, and then I might not stream every single night or play games every night. I might actually just use it to play like every once in a while, but try to save up some money and go either upgrade that one, upgrade the motherboard, CPU, RAM, hard drive, all that stuff, video card. I might just slowly upgrade it and eventually build me my own custom gaming desktop. So, like, I definitely do want to get back into playing games, but I just kind of have to figure out where I can do it at.
Right.
So, and how much is going to cost me to, I got to also figure out if it's going to be more beneficial for me to get a game console and a capture card like so many other people are doing, or if I can just get away with a desktop for right now.
Right.
But you do something. Well, I got SLI graphics cards. Cool. That just means you have 2 graphics cards and put out what my one can do. But so, and things will definitely look up. I just gotta plan it. So I'm probably going to use Kristen's account as a backup if I can get Cash App set up and installed successfully on my phone.
Right.
So, and then I might, like I said, I may end up going and either buy your Xbox off of you. And one reason I like the Xbox is because most of my friends, they have Xbox. So they get on that Xbox game chat and they talk back and forth to each other. And if I have a PlayStation, I won't be able to join in on that.
Right.
But I've already got all my expensive games on PlayStation. So, it sounds like a really bad catch-22. Well, talk to your friends or have the expensive games. If it doesn't make any sense, go with the games that you've already got. But it's just one of those decisions that I've got to figure out on my own.
Yeah.
So, or go, because I also have the same games on Steam. So I could just get me a decent computer and just play on Steam and then I could have voice chat with Microsoft.
Yeah.
So I do miss my gaming desktop from back in Springtown with that triple monitor display. Oh man, playing Call of Duty on that span across 3 monitors was beautiful, dude. Oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, I'll start saving money. Once I actually have a decent amount of money saved up, I'll let you know which path I'm going to take. You know, whether it's buying yours off you if it's still available, or, you know, maybe go to a pawn shop, get a PS4, and then have a capture card sent to either me or you or something. So I'll definitely have something set up. So, but
Alright, I'm gonna get off the phone, man. I got shit done. I'll take it.
all right, man. I'll be working on your stuff later tonight.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay, bye. Hey.
Did you call me yesterday?
No? Yeah? You said you'd call me right back, and you never did.
You called me yesterday, or did I dream it?
Computer coming.
Yeah, I know. She's already texted me this morning.
And you can give it to Lori. She can bring it out here on Saturday.
If it gets here by Saturday.
It should be there today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Allegedly, anyway. So,
Okay.
and I'm like, because she's missing a power cable. I actually ended up having a power cable that would work, and it actually works. She turned her computer on, everything's good to go. And
Yeah.
so she did her orientation thing this morning, or her she had that IT guy or girl, whatever, talked about how to set up and get into all of her apps and stuff. And apparently they said they're going to send her another CPU. And my wife had called me on the phone yesterday. She goes, "What's a CPU?" I'm like, "That's your central processing unit. It's like the brains of the computer." She goes, "Well, do I have a CPU?" I'm like, "Turn your computer on. If it goes into Windows, yeah, you've got a CPU." She goes, "Well, what is that?" So I said, they explained it to her. This company calls the actual desktop a CPU. And I'm like, what? What? No.
Why did she get a new computer?
I can't tell you. I know that also her headset was broken when she got it. So she's using my $130 headset right now, $150 headset, until they're supposed to be sending her a new computer and a new headset.
Okay.
What?
You cut out for a second, but you came back.
So they're supposed to be sending her a new computer and a new headset. And I'm sitting here thinking, as long they didn't tell her anything over the phone about having to return her current desktop. And if no return instructions are in that new desktop, I'm thinking about just using one of those desktops for myself for gaming.
Okay.
So it's a possibility I'm looking into. I just gotta make sure it'll be okay with her first. Because if they didn't say anything about return old computer or anything like that, then I believe that'd be okay to use. So, right.
Okay, and what is she going to be doing?
Help people get health insurance.
Does she have to call people?
I think they call in, or it might be one of those things where people have asked this company about insurance, and then she's got to call them and answer questions for them and stuff like that. I don't know if it's I don't think it's cold calling, but I think it's a combination of she reached out to people who had inquired about their services, as well as taking inbound phone calls is what I think it is.
Okay.
So, but I did apply for the same company, but not the same position. They have a couple of IT positions available, so I applied for that.
Did you get it?
I don't know. I just applied yesterday.
Okay.
So.
Cody got a new job.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What happened to his other job that he had?
Well, he's still there, but they haven't had work in the last 4 weeks, so he hasn't been working for 4 weeks.
What was he?
He can't live like that, so he applied for another job, and he found out yesterday he got it.
I thought he was a mechanic at an airport.
He is.
And they didn't have any job for like an entire month?
Right. Because he was working on the fleet vehicles, not the airplanes.
Huh. Well, did they tell him that it was going to be like that when he took the job?
No. Well, the first 2 weeks he was off was because of COVID. And then the next 2 weeks, we don't have any work. You can come in, but we don't have any work. He went in one day, and he was there for 2 hours. They said, there's nothing to do. We can go home.
Oh, wow.
So now he calls every day before he drives all the way over there. And it's like, no, don't come in today. No, don't come in today. So Saturday, he's not even going to call. He's just going to go over there. Because that's his next scheduled day to work.
Right. Where's his new job at? What is he doing?
He's going to work at Kluger's in the building maintenance.
Well, that would keep him busy, especially if he can go to multiple different stores.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I know his main office is in Keller. So it's real close to where we're at right now. But they started him out at over $28 an hour.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think he starts that a week from Monday, maybe.
Gotcha. Is he going to keep that airplane job?
No.
Okay.
No, he's going to go in Saturday and tell him that he can't do this job anymore. He's got another job lined up. So, and his boss will probably tell him, you got another job, you don't want to work here, we don't want you here, but go ahead and go home.
Yeah.
Because he's done that before.
Yeah.
To other people. And, you know, and the right thing to do is give a 2-week notice. But Cody's boss, he's not a regular person. If you give a 2-week notice, they'll say, I don't want that, just go ahead and leave.
Right.
That's not normal.
Well, in a way it is, and in a way it's not. It depends on his perspective of it. For example, I have seen numerous people put in a 2-week notice and don't even barely do half the job that they're supposed to do because they're just there to collect that last paycheck or two before they actually leave.
Right.
So
Right.
if that's his perspective, because he's seen that happen time and time again, it's like, I'm not going to pay you to half-ass or quarter-ass doing your job. Like, that's not going to happen. Just go ahead and go. So.
Yeah, I get that, but they also see how Cody works. They see his work ethic.
True.
So, I don't know. I don't know. I know Cody's going to go to work Saturday, and I expect him home within, an hour or so after he leaves.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm hopefully I don't have to make a trip all the way out there because I got to work on Saturday to make everything work out on my end. So if Lori can make a trip out here on Saturday, then I might have you two meet up somewhere, so that way you can give that package to her, so that way she can bring it all the way out here.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm just so freaking tired. I'm so tired.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, life happens.
Can you, like, go home and have Kristen take the girls and leave and go somewhere for a little bit and you get a nap?
I'm not sleepy tired. I'm just like yesterday. Like yesterday, my heart rate just sitting talking to Kristen, it spiked up to 133 beats a minute. And it stayed that way for about 15 to 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, my heart rate, like sitting right now, let me pull it up. Hold on. Yeah, sitting right now, just sitting here door dashing, it's anywhere between 98 to 110 beats a minute.
Why is it so high?
It's been like that for years.
Oh, so that's normal for you?
For me, it is, but apparently, according to everybody else I talked to, it's not normal. And when I went into the doctors, when I had that pneumonia, my heart monitor, they hooked me up to the heart monitor. I said, that's going to say it's going to be above 100. I said, it's going to say about 112 to 118. And sure enough, it was about 116 beats a minute. He goes, how did you know? And I'm like, that's normal for me. I got the Samsung Health app, and like it keeps track of my heart monitors. So they kind of took a look at that, and he goes, yeah, you want to go see a doctor. That's not normal. But I'm afraid if I go see a doctor, he's going to put me on like 2 or 3 different medications, and I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
So then a guy from church, he goes, do you want to take a couple pills a day, or do you want to live past 35? Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. Have you seen this world? So, but yeah, once I don't know. You should see the way I eat and drink and the way I live, and the amount of stress that I'm under every single day.
Yeah.
So, all the crap that I'm going through, it's not healthy at all. But like my diet consists of Red Bull, coffee, and Coca-Cola. That's my diet.
Yeah, that's not good.
Right. So, but it keeps me awake and driving. So,
Yeah.
you don't even want to know how much money I spend just in coffee alone. I spend about $25 to $30 a week in coffee, and that is not going to Starbucks getting a $5 or $6 cup of coffee. No, that is going to these cheap gas stations getting a $1, $2 drink of coffee.
Yeah.
And then I got my Red Bull fund on top of that. That's going to be probably another $30 a week for my Red Bull fund. But luckily my Cokes are free.
How are your Cokes free?
Oh, when I'm door dashing, I go in and I say, hey, kind of thirsty, it's a little hot outside. Oh, here you go.
Oh, cool.
If I actually had to pay for my Cokes, that'd be another $40 a week in my sodas alone.
Good gosh.
I drive all the time.
Wow.
So, and Red Bull, I drink those things like they're freaking water. I just chug it.
Yeah, Cody had 3 this morning.
Yeah. Oh, what was it, yesterday? I ended up buying like 2 or 3 Red Bulls, and I just chugged both of them back to back. I was good for the day. I was good for at least a few hours. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
And so I do like my Red Bull, but Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
Cody had he had 2 Red Bulls today. I'm sorry, he had 3 Red Bulls today. In just like 2 hours because he was cleaning my kitchen up for me.
it took him 2 hours to clean a kitchen.
He was deep cleaning.
Even still, deep cleaning. Like, did he take everything out of the cabinets and the pantry and everything?
Well, the refrigerator.
Southwest towards South Goliad Street, then turn right onto South Goliad Street. It's raining tacos.
Oh, I need
Right
gas.
out of the sky. Tacos. No need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos. It's raining tacos. Out in the street. Tacos. All you can eat. Lettuce and shells. Cheese and meat. It's raining tacos. Yum, yum, Take the next right onto South Goliad Street, then turn right onto I-30 Frontage Road. In 400 feet, turn left toward I-30 Frontage Road. Take the next left toward I-30 Frontage Road.
No, I'm not doing any of that.
It's raining tacos. Raining tacos. Raining tacos. It's raining tacos. It's raining tacos. Raining tacos. Fold 'em, let 'em hit me, raise it, baby, stay with me. Get intuition, play the cards with space to start. And after he's been hooked, I'll play the one that's on his heart. Oh, 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 oh. I'll get him high, show him what I got. Oh, 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 oh. I'll get him high, show him what I got. Carry that, no he can't read my poker face. She's got me like nobody. Carry that, no he can't read my poker face. She's got me like nobody. Pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. Pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. I wanna roll with him, a hard pair we will be. A little gambling is fun when you're with me, I love it. Russian roulette is not the same without a gun. And baby, when it's love, if it's not rough, it isn't fun. Fun, oh, well, I'll get him high, show him what I've got.
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, not much. What are you up to?
Oh, I'm sitting here waiting for the next truck of concrete to get here.
Ah, okay.
What you been up to?
Driving. So, yeah, I'm sitting here thinking. I've been thinking about getting my CDL, and like I said, thinking about it. Then I'm sitting here driving for DoorDash every day, and I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe not. And then I was talking to a buddy of mine who does, he actually has a CDL. He's OTR. He goes, let me tell you something. Driving for DoorDash is tiring in itself. He said, I know I've already done that. So he ended up using DoorDash to pay for his CDL training. He didn't find a company that paid for his CDL training. So then I said, I actually almost was like, nope, I am not doing truck driving. Ain't gonna happen, no way. But, you know, his buddy's like, you know what, you've already stuck it out. You've got the money saved up to go do it. Try it out. At least you can say you have a CDL, so you can do OTR or local, and you can look at different companies. Okay. He said, dude, OTR is nothing like DoorDash. Like, he said, on one hand, DoorDash is more strenuous than over the road because, you know, you're in and out and everything else. And I'm like, right. And so then you got to deal with people and everything like that, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. He said, OTR, the hardest thing that you have to, the hardest thing you have to do is stay awake and keep the truck between the lines.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that could be a small problem for me. So, but apparently a lot of truckers' favorite friend is Red Bull, Monster Energy drinks, and coffee.
Yeah. I generally drink Red Bull.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually fixing to have to put gas in my car because my gas light's been on for I don't know how long. And I just realized that my gas light's been on. I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube, so I forgot to even look down at my gas gauge. I'm fixing to go hit up a gas station with a Red Bull.
There you go.
So, but no, I've got to. Kristen starts a new job. also not like, one of those weird things where, as an example, you tell me, hey, I need you to come and help me replace the starter, brakes, and oil filter, a couple things with your car, and I've got ribs. Cool. We'll bring a potato salad. So, we bring food as well, so we're not just only taking, which I know that sounds weird. I'm going out there to help with services in exchange for food, but I also don't feel like I should be taking only food. So, but, but no, a lot of people realize fat men will work and do just about anything you tell them to do. When you mention food, that's our favorite currency.
Yeah. No kidding, dude.
I mean, especially when you have a wife and kids and they offer to feed your family, it's like, for real? You gonna feed us too?
Yeah. You got a magic word right there.
Exactamundo. So, but, oh look, there's our truck right there. I see one of them Red Bull drive-by trucks.
Hell yeah. That'd be the job to have.
I thought about it when I worked for Soul Man's. We had a Red Bull guy come in at least once a week, and we eventually found out what he does. And he goes around to different stores and gas stations and make sure their inventory is up. He doesn't actually deliver this stuff. He wears a fancy clothes to get paid the big bucks just to make sure that they have enough and make sure they're okay.
Right.
And so one day my boss, he had asked this guy, he goes, I don't complain. We appreciate your business, but how come you come in specifically on these days? Because that happens to be the days I work. And he points right at me. He goes, that guy right there. He goes, I love his attitude. I love his excitement, his joy. He brings life to this restaurant. And turns out my boss and the CEO of the company started asking customers the same question, like, why y'all not going to Roy City anymore? Why y'all going over to Rockwall? Like, what's going on? The man with the big beard is great, because like when I see kids, especially if we're not busy, and I had that smoke pit right behind me that I had loaded all the meat in, and I'd be on the block, and I'd see some kids, we're not busy. I'm like, hey, y'all want to see something cool? Y'all want to see what I got in this metal box behind me? Naturally, what do kids say? Yeah, let's see it. So I gently open it up, get that smoke coming out, and I just go, and then make it sound like there's a cow in there. And the kids freaked out. They loved it. They absolutely, the dads actually loved it too. One dad actually goes, is there really a freaking cow in there? And I was like, yep. Like I got a midget dwarf friend in there. He's got like a little elf on a shelf, but he's elf in a smoker. He guts it, cleans it, skins it, dehydrates it, and smokes it for us. Takes about 18 hours to do that. He actually wanted to look inside of my smoker. But I do miss that restaurant a lot. But man, the hours, I was putting in 80 to 90 hours, especially during the holidays, a week.
Wow.
And, you look at construction, 80, 90 hours is not that bad. I mean, that's still a lot of hours.
Yeah.
But in construction, at least you have some downtime where, you're waiting on concrete to show up. You're waiting on lumber to show up. You're waiting on something. You actually spend, out of 80, 90-hour work weeks, you're probably only working about 40, 50 hours in real honesty. Whereas in a restaurant, you're cleaning, you're helping customers, you're ordering, you're stacking, putting things away, you're cooking food, you're washing dishes. And it's just like, okay, I'm tired. But I'm just ready for the next month to be over with. That's what I'm really ready for. Christmas starts getting paychecks in. I don't have to worry about the hotel bill. I can just focus on saving money to get to. We're looking at apartments now, even though we don't really want one. But before we actually agree to an apartment, we're going to see if we can find like a for lease by owner. And tell them, hey, this is our situation. This is what happened. But if you're willing, here's what we have. We can put down first month, last month, and pay for next month, and we'll always be at least a month in advance. Maybe we can find somebody to work with us that way. So, That's what we're kind of looking forward towards. And I know there's some good-hearted landlords out there that are the same, but I'm telling you this much right now: if we end up finding a for lease by owner type thing, I'm going to buy my own real receipt book, and I'm going to keep up with that. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Hey, I'm going to give you cash, but I need you to sign this receipt right here saying I gave you money."
Yeah.
So I'm not going down that road again. And if I tell them the story and then I start asking them to sign receipts every time I pay them, then they'll probably be more than likely inclined to say, "Okay, this guy's like legit. Like his previous landlord screwed him over horribly bad." So, but yeah, no, we're going to try to look for like a 2, maybe a 3-bedroom home out here that we can move into. So, but it's going to take us at least probably about 3 to 5 months before we can actually move into a home.
Yeah.
But we also, do we want to get out as quickly as we can and go get a rental so we can actually have privacy? Or do we want to wait an extra 3 to 6 months? You know, if we rent, let's say we go find a landlord that works with us, and we can put first month, last month, your security deposit, and pay for an extra month in advance, so we don't have to worry about a payment for like 2 months, and then we could save up all of our money to pay for like another month or 2 in advance.
Yeah.
So that was an option that we're looking at. And it's like, okay, well, then when do we start saving money for our house? And then that's when we'll have to go back to the budget book, be like, okay, well, this is what we have right now, and this is how we can save, this is how much we can save, this is how we can work on our credit. Okay, so we can do that. And then, you know, instead of saving just $10,000, maybe we can save $15,000 over the next year or 2.
Yeah.
So, but I told Chris, I said, if we move into a home, I am going to look for a work from home job. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to, because I want to be able to afford everything and still have a little bit of play money left over, and not have to worry about, well, this is Saturday, Sunday, these are my busiest days, whereas Monday, Tuesday I can take off. Once, you know, like Chris's thing starts taking off, I should be able to take off Monday and Tuesday, except for we're living in a hotel right now, and the girls has to be with me for 8 hours while she's at work.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch of issues that we can't really fulfill. And so if I was to take a day off, it makes more sense Tuesday, Wednesday to have one of those days off, because we're dead most of the time. So that would make a lot of sense to do it that way. But at the same time, I'm just sitting here going, well, what do we do here? So, but, and if we go, like I said, income taxes at the end of this year, next year, for savings, that will just go straight to savings unless it's an absolute necessity, we need it for something.
Yeah.
We're just going to put those two, the next two income taxes in the savings account and not even touch it. So that way, we'll have $10, $15, $20,000 put down on a house, and that should help it. And plus, whatever we have saved up throughout the years. So that's the thing that I'm thinking about doing, is just trying to see if we can do all that. And I wouldn't mind trying to look for a job right now, but I don't want to look for a job and I don't have a place to set up my workstation that would interfere with Kristen's workstation.
Right.
So, and then when we actually do move into a house, I got to figure out, does it have an office? Is there multiple rooms we can use? How would this work out? Like, do I need to have a secluded area where nobody can come in, like what Kristen's job is? Or can I afford to, like, set my station up in the living room?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we got a bunch of different options that we need to look at when we move, so we can try to figure things out. That's for sure. So, but it's bad in today's world when mommy and daddy both have to work just to survive. Not even have a glorious life, just to survive. One takes care of half the bills, the other one takes care of the other half the bills, and food. Like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're both just working our butts off. We're rarely home at the same time.
Right.
And if we are, somebody's asleep both the car.
Oh, yeah. But, like, I remember my great-grandpa telling me stories when he was about my age. He's like, young man, let me tell you something. When I was about your age, I bust my butt off in a metal factory. I worked 55 hours a week. My bring home was $68 a week. And my grandpa was able to afford a 3-bedroom house, food for him and his family. And back then they didn't have entertainment, so their entertainment was like rabbits.
Yeah.
Afford clothes for all of them. He was able to afford his car payment. He was able to afford a lot of stuff on $67 a week.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I need $67 a day to live.
Yeah, easily.
$150 would put me at a decent, healthy lifestyle. Not necessarily the best, but a decent one. So, and I'm just like, dude, it is crazy at how we go from $67, $70 a week to live comfortably on to $150 a day is ideal.
Just straight by almost.
It is stupid insane. And now they're trying to push it to where the government pays for everything. They pay for your house, they pay for your car payment, insurance, they pay for your food, electricity, and internet. They're trying to get it to where they pay for all that. And I'm just sitting here going, for real? And I'm like, on one hand, I'm like, I kind of want that. Like, I am kind of want that to happen.
Well, so think of this though. Alright, the government wants you to rely on them. Okay? Basically, it's kind of like don't bite the hand that feeds you kind of deal.
Yeah.
If they're the ones supplying your food and your housing and all that kind of stuff, the last thing you're going to want is to rise against them because they control everything. If you have no way of getting food for your family or no way of paying your own rent or things like that, or they're the only ones to go to for it, the last thing you want to do is cut off that supply. And you pretty much let them do anything they wanted to as long as they were taking care of your family, so to speak.
Right.
work you 120 hours a week and let them, you know, do experiments on you, or say, you know what, you only get $20, you know, or you have to do this or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with the government. You're in debt to them, and you're basically your slave.
Busting my chaps every single day, 7 days a week, and I have nothing to show for it. I don't have family time. I can't go out and enjoy things, and so, you know, on one hand, I would want to be able to enjoy some things in life, play games and not have to worry about, do I have enough money to cover rent and utilities this month? You know, can I actually enjoy playing 6 to 7 hours on a game? Can I afford to play? Can I afford to go buy this game without causing a fight between me and my wife? You know, so on one hand, I would like to have that ability, but on the other hand, you know, we are called to work as designed by nature, and we can read that in Scripture in the Bible. We are called to work as men, and so, you know, for me, I could probably make a great career move out of. I could probably make a great career out of streaming if I can just sit down and do it. Not a problem. Maybe go back to school and get a pastor degree and go be a pastor. I could do that. Not a problem. But, you know, whenever you want to sit down and talk about the government controlling everything, they already do now. Like, that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's like, they control everything you do right now, regardless if you're aware of it or not. They control what you do.
Yeah.
You know, they control your money. They control your entertainment. They control what you buy. They actually can control what you, as an individual, want to buy. And they do that by spying on your text messages, they spy on your emails, they spy on your conversations between you and your wife while you think your phones are put down. They're still listening in. They take all that data and they shove ads in your face to go make you buy this. Like, if you and your wife start talking about, well, I think it'd be fun to take the kids to go see Medieval Times. Over the next week, you're going to see ads for Medieval Time tickets.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, okay, this is new.
Oh, yeah, I've had those creepy moments happen.
Right?
I mean, like, I was literally just talking about this, you know.
Well, here's another thing. The government even controls what house you buy. You think that you bought that house that you're living in right now? You think you bought that house? You think you chose that house? Let me ask you something. You probably went through 1 or 2 different realtors before you found that house, didn't you?
One realtor, yeah.
One realtor. How many bids did you give out to other people, to other houses before you found this one?
A bunch.
A bunch. Right. Were they in the same nice community that you're in now? Or were they in like a really nice community? Or were they in the slum dogs?
They were all over the place. They weren't really slum, but
Combination of slightly upper class to decent middle class, lower middle class type of environments, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just as a ballpark figure, if you don't mind me asking, what is your general rough estimate combined income with you and your wife?
Gross or take home?
Gross. Rough ballpark.
Let's see. I would say probably 160.
160,000 a year?
Yeah.
And that's gross?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is your individual gross take homes? Like, you probably making about 80 a year, right? Roughly. Okay, now check this out. Go talk to your neighbors. Ask them about their rough gross income. I guarantee it's going to be about the same. I would guarantee it's going to be about the same, give or take 20,000 a year. Okay. Now, if you was to go to another neighborhood that's really nice and fancy, their gross income is about 120 to 180,000 a year. So whenever you get rejected because somebody else had outbidded you, it's not necessarily exactly they outbid you. It's just your income level individually does not match what you should be at this specific area. And it's actually fine-tuned down to a comb of how much money you make to a specific area. Now, a lot of people don't really believe that, and that's a very far-fetched idea. Now, I'm not saying everybody in your neighborhood makes about 80,000. There might be some who makes 40 and 50. There might be some that makes right at about 100, 120. But in a general scheme, each neighborhood has a category of how much people make in that community. And it generally ranges about a $40,000 gap. So it might go anywhere between 60,000 in your community right now. It might be 60,000 to 120,000, roughly around in there. Okay, not a big deal. 20, 30,000 below, 20, 30,000 above what you're currently making. And I challenge you, go ask as many neighbors as you can what's their general rough income